Fear, after all, is partially an opinion that our brain forms by repetition. It's a learned response. And to change this, we first have to change the opinion of the fear itself. Fear can be broken. We can fight to win over fear, which is why I made the Brave and Unshakable Challenge.
I'm Nicole Akiyamajo, your host of Dig Deep, Reach High, the podcast. In this space, everyone is invited to pull up a seat at my table where we get into honest, refreshing, and eye-opening conversations about health and wellness, relationships, and biblical living. Together, we explore with curiosity on what it takes for growth while giving the grace for the journey to get there. Even as a kid in Minnesota, I've always had big city dreams. I've transformed myself from an unaware, overwhelmed single woman into a confident, healthy wife and mom. And now I'm here to share my journey and victories and help you with yours. So come along with me as I teach you the tried and true secrets to building a life that you can truly enjoy living. This isn't just informational, it's empowering. Every week we tackle real life obstacles and host honest discussions on what works and what doesn't. Grab a cup of coffee, pull up a seat, and be ready to feel encouraged, spark curiosity, and leave empowered as we fearlessly grow through life together. This is Dig Deep, Reach High, the podcast.
What is your greatest asset when it comes to overcoming your fears? If you caught our trivia question on our Instagram yesterday, you might recall the answer. Did you guess? I'll give you a hint. It all starts with your mindset, and there are two potential correct answers to it. Now, perhaps you guessed self-awareness or bravery. Both are right on target. Being brutally honest about our vulnerabilities while daring enough to work on them is exactly how you knock out fear of your life. Fear is a force that can show up in many forms, from everyday worries to deep-rooted anxieties and even trauma. Today, I'm diving into the science and the real-life tactics behind giving your fears a knockout punch. I'm drawing from my own journey in overcoming fears through the world of self-defense training and from a science perspective of understanding neuroplasticity. And with my Brave and Unshakable Challenge, 7 days to beautiful peace of mind, will show you that with intention, self-compassion, and a bit of technique, you too can dominate your fears and reclaim the power over your life. Stick with me as we explore how to turn fear into fuel for transformation. Imagine starting your day feeling loved, valued, and ready for greatness. With Dayspring's uplifting devotionals, inspiring books, and charming home decor, you can set the tone for a brighter day. And when you shop through my affiliate link below, you're not just treating yourself, you're supporting my work too. Click the link now to discover your daily dose of encouragement. With Dayspring, inspiration is around every corner. Imagine this: a young, soft-spoken girl, easily pushed around and misunderstood, finding herself as a target for bullies and even those closest to her. I remember the sting of harsh words from relatives and even hurtful comments from past boyfriends who just once promised love, but in the end just gave me a bunch of heartache. Each slight just etched a scar, dimming my view of the world until every shadow and every whisper just seemed like a threat. That feeling of being trapped in a cycle of fear, whether it's a fear of failure, the fear of tomorrow, or even something as small as a creeping dread at the sight of a harmless animal, for me it is spiders, is something that many of us share. But here's the good news. The beast of fear doesn't have to rule your life. There is hope. There's a way out, a way to break its grip and shine a light in every corner of your true potential. Remember the days of 2020? When the world was forced to confront more than just a global pandemic? It was a time when we all learned that simply putting on happy music or forcing a smile isn't enough to beat real fear. There's a more profound battle happening in our brains, a battle that requires us to fight not just with willpower, but with science. For me, overcoming fear wasn't about becoming fearless overnight. It was about reclaiming my power and really rediscovering my dreams. It was about proving to myself that Even if life throws the worst at you, you can still stand up, get back up, and fight back. And that's exactly what I did. Being armed with self-defense training, skills, putting things into practice relentlessly, and a mindset rooted in self-awareness, I was able to completely break free from some of my biggest fears that held me hostage. Today, I want to share that journey with you to help you best your fears and to fight to win with a big KO, that huge knockout punch. I'll never forget the day I first stepped into a Krav Maga class. Now, for those unfamiliar, Krav Maga is a dynamic self-defense system. Originally, it was designed for the Israeli Defense Forces and later adapted for civilians. Now, I signed up not only to learn how to protect my body, but to empower my spirit and really that belief that I was holding about my sense of self. I wanted to transform the way that I reacted to threats, both physical, mental, even emotional. On my very first lesson, we actually practiced defending against a knife attack. Now, picture this, a room full of simulated danger, fake knives glinting under harsh lights, and me completely caught off guard by an overwhelming rush of fear in a brand new environment. Now, in the split second of understanding that, this could be a real situation, I just froze. I felt the weight of every past hurt and trauma and pain, everything that's ever held me back or held me hostage in that fear, and all of it saying, you can't fight back. It haunted me in a split second of fear. But even though I did defend myself slightly, we drilled it over and over again. And the more that I drilled it, something really remarkable happened. With every repetition, I began to feel less like a victim and more like a real defending warrior of my body, of my thoughts, of my emotions, of the situation. I learned not just how to block an attack, but to recognize my body signals and transform them into purposeful action. That day, I didn't just learn a self-defense move. I actually unlocked a door in my mind. I realized that if I could train my body to act in the face of fear, I could also rewire my brain to transform fear into a tool for growth. From what I learned, I crafted the Brave and Unshakable Challenge, 7 days to beautiful peace of mind. This isn't just another self-help program. It really is a guided journey with someone who knows, someone who's been where you are, who has experienced real traumas, pains, been targeted, and this challenge is to help you pinpoint your fears, adopt actionable steps, and really embrace the grace necessary to truly fight your fear to win. I'll circle back to this a little later, but right now let's talk about what's really happening inside our heads when fear strikes. Our brain is hardwired to protect us through a built-in self-defense mechanism, and we have 3 possible reactions to fear: fight, flight, or freeze. Now, this defense response really served us well in ancient times of animal attacks and hunting for food, on the battlefield, and even in man-to-man combat. But today, our fears are not as often triggered by a bear in our backyard. They're more situations that aren't always immediately life-threatening, even though they do highly impact our thoughts, our mentalities, our identities, and can even leave us paralyzed with worry, not just for one moment, but for our future. Now, in a moment of fear, no matter what may cause it, if you naturally lean toward a fighter response, you might react impulsively, sometimes before thinking things through. On the other hand, those who lean towards flight might find themselves running away from challenges, missing opportunities to grow. And for many of us, myself included, the freeze response can be all too familiar. In those moments, we feel completely immobilized, defenseless, and vulnerable to whatever it is that's coming at us head on. Understanding your own unique response is the first step to reprogramming them. Science tells us that our brains are capable of real change. It's a concept known as neuroplasticity. By intentionally practicing new behaviors and thoughts, we can literally rewire our neural pathways, creating new connections and true physical change in our body, in our brain, in how it reacts to all that it encounters. This means that the way that we react to fear is not set in stone. With the right techniques and enough repetition, we can train our brains, literally our animalistic tendency, to respond differently, more calmly, more decisively, more effectively. So let's dig a little deeper into this idea of rewiring our brain. Neuroplasticity is the brain's amazing ability to change and adapt throughout our lives. Imagine your brain as a blossoming tree in spring. Every new habit, every new experience, it's like a budding leaf that needs constant nourishment to fully bloom. Without regular care and without intentional repetition, these new connections will just never flourish. And this is where the magic really happens. By consistently practicing new responses to fear, we not only weaken the old ones, the unhelpful pathways, but we also build stronger, healthier ones that give us better results. It's like upgrading the wiring in your house, ensuring every circuit works efficiently and on LED. So you're better prepared for any challenge. Fear, after all, is partially an opinion that our brain forms by repetition. It's a learned response. And to change this, we first have to change the opinion of the fear itself. For me, integrating techniques from Krav Maga and self-defense wasn't just about physical strength. It was about retraining my brain. I would imagine scenarios where I had to actively, distinctively react to something or someone trying to attack me. Whether it was protecting myself or protecting the little ones I love, with every practice round, even at my local gym on the punching bag, these neural connections were being strengthened in my brain. The connections were strengthening myself, my confidence, the belief that I had over myself, and even today continues in making my reactions more natural to things that can be intimidating. It's a lot healthier for me, and my choices are way less fear-driven and more decisive. I don't know if you've ever experienced this for yourself, but when you take that first step to finding the confidence in who you are, in protecting yourself, in defending your body, your heart, your mind, there is a new connection, a new pop of spark that just comes from inside of you that you never really expected to happen. I remember the first time that I really had to defend myself. It wasn't a physical attack. It was very emotionally driven. And to have someone that I knew very well to berate me with such verbal abuse, in order for me to stand up and fight back, to get out of the situation completely, did break something in me. And it was a good breaking. It was a breaking that had to happen. It was a breaking of a habit, of a neural pathway, that it was okay for someone to treat me that way. It was okay for someone to make fun of me. It was okay for someone to say something mean or to just say that what I was wasn't good enough for them. But when I finally stood up and fought back and realized that I did have a say in my life, I had a say in my value, I had a say in what was valuable about me, and it didn't matter if anyone appreciated it or not, I did. I appreciate the values that are in me. I appreciate my kindness. I appreciate that I'm caring and soft-spoken first. I appreciate that I'm patient with people. I appreciate that I can love someone even when they hurt me. I appreciate how much hard work I put into my life, into my family, into what I believe in. I appreciate that about me. And something even more special is that there's certain parts of my life I know that my God appreciates about me, and I don't need anyone else to validate that for me. There is a point that we can break fear over our own sense, our own value, our own view of who we are, to be at a point that it can't hurt us anymore, and that fear just melts away. And there are other fears that we have to constantly battle over and over again to keep our defenses up, to keep ourselves strong. There are times that I still freeze, but that freeze is shorter and shorter. My reaction afterwards can be very strong and opinionated and real and discerning. And there are other times that the freeze is just gone. The battle against fear is real. It's not something to play around with. It's something to take very seriously. It's something to have a specific plan to move forward with in order to be free and to really fight to win. Your fears are not who you are. Your fears are what have become a habit, a natural response for your brain, for your body, for your heart, for your thoughts. It's a trigger that just pops and sends that connection from one part of your brain to the other. But ultimately, fear can be broken. We can fight to win over fear, which is why I made the Brave and Unshakable Challenge. 7 days to beautiful peace of mind. This isn't just something careless that I threw together. It's a real challenge with real scientific and results-based details of how you can overcome fear and understanding what it really takes to get that knockout punch. It really does take a rewiring process in your body, in your brain, connected to your feelings and your thoughts. And since everything is connected anyway, we might as well take a stand in the places that we can. So how can you apply what you've heard here, this rewiring process, to your own life? Distilling it down into 3 very simple points. For one, it's acknowledging your fear first. You have to start by accepting that fear is a natural part of human being. Don't hide from it. Don't be ashamed. Recognize that fear, whether it's a fear of change or bugs or failure, is simply an opinion your brain has formed, and opinions can change. If you notice, not everyone has the same fear, because someone that has a fear of turtles might have a friend that has a pet turtle, or someone who has a fear of heights might know someone that likes to skydive. Fears are opinions. They're opinions that are either ingrained or learned in us, but they can change. The second thing is to establish an intentional routine to break the old neural connection and to establish a healthier one. We identify one specific action or thought process that challenges that fear. Now, for me, it was practicing self-defense and putting myself mentally through scenarios that I had to learn a better response until my body was actually automatically able to defend, block, punch in a way better way. This came in handy not just with my physical defense, but emotionally as well. If anyone says something even mean to me, or I hear something that just isn't as kind that day, I understand how to defend, to block, and to just devalue those conversations because I know how valuable I am. And you have to find your own version of that routine and that journey of self-discovery and confidence in your value, whether it's a mental exercise, a physical activity, even a new habit, and we practice it deliberately, whether it's day in and day out or week by week, but it's something that becomes a part of your day-to-day life to transform. Which goes to number 3, is to show yourself some grace. Any journey of transformation is rarely linear. It's never a straight path. It's always got its crooks and turns and setbacks and just moments when fear just comes in and feels overwhelming. Sometimes it triggers old pains or emotions, and when that happens, we have to be kind to ourselves. Acknowledge that the process that we go through is hard. We've made the choice to go through it though. And learning about yourself through your setbacks, through your emotions, through any triggers or pains can allow us to continue to move forward with compassion and giving ourselves the ability, allowing ourselves to reach that freedom point. Understand the journey to overcoming fear is a marathon. It's not a sprint. Every step you take builds new, stronger pathways in your physical brain, as well as in your heart, that leads you closer to a life where fear is no longer a barrier for you, holding you back, tying you to the wall, but it's a stepping stone to the next aspect of a real, brighter, and healthier you. If you've ever been weighted down by fear, whether it's anxiety or trauma or simply that paralyzing worry of everyday life, I want to invite you to try these 3 steps. Accept your fear as part of your normal processes at the moment. Find that intentional practice that challenges it. And as you go through the journey, give yourself the grace to keep moving forward. I'm definitely excited to release this brave and unshakable challenge, the 7 days to beautiful peace of mind, because this truly is a guided journey from my own experience, from scientific research, to really help you pinpoint your fears, adopt the actionable steps, and embrace the grace necessary to truly rewire your brain. Now imagine you're sitting at your desk, taking a well-deserved lunch break, or even just finding a quiet moment before your day starts. For just 30 minutes a day over the next 7 days, you have the power to transform your mindset, confront your fears, and step into a more empowered version of yourself. In the Brave and Unshakable Challenge, 7 days to beautiful peace of mind, I've designed every session to fit seamlessly into your busy schedule, even if you feel like you hardly have a spare minute. For simply $39 each day, you'll engage in a focused, science-backed session that walks you through simple yet powerful exercises. Whether you're journaling or going through a guided meditation or learning an actionable self-defense technique, every minute is crafted to help you overcome common fears, unique fears, and fears that you just hold over your own value. From the worry of not being enough to true past traumas that may still linger, it only takes about half an hour every day to go through the beginning of this journey. This challenge is really made for women who's really ready to reclaim their strength, their identity, of their value, and find a moment of peace amidst life chaos. No matter how hectic your schedule is, these 30-minute sessions provide a manageable step-by-step journey to shift your mindset, boost your confidence, and ultimately unlock the beautiful, fearless version of you. So if you're ready to invest $39 and just 30 minutes a day for a week and see real transformative change, join me on this empowering journey and let's give fear that knockout punch together. It's time to be brave, to become unshakable, and discover the peace of mind that you deserve. We're almost at the end of our episode today, and you've heard a lot of talk, personal story, science background, but taking everything together, simply 30 minutes a day for 7 days can transform your mindset. It can help reclaim your inner strength. And I want you to take the inspiration from this episode and turn around and run with it to freedom. You can head over to digdeepreachhigh.com right now and go under our challenges menu to Brave and Unshakable 7 Days to Beautiful Peace of Mind. It's super easy. Just click the sign up button, drop in your email and your name, and be the first to know this challenge when it drops to receive exclusive tips, challenge updates, and be able to connect with other people who are going through the same challenge as you to better themselves and break that fear. This is your opportunity to secure your spot and start your journey toward a more empowered, peaceful life. So don't wait. The challenge is totally designed specifically for busy women like you and me who want real transformative results in just 30 minutes a day. So join me and be part of a community that's ready to embrace courage, to engage in actionable routines for transformation, and evolve ourselves with self-compassion and grace. You can also click the link below and sign up there to get ready to become brave and unshakable as we give that fear a huge knockout punch. As we wrap up today's episode, please remember, fear is simply an opinion. It's an opinion that can change, and with the right intention, deliberate practice, and self-compassion and grace, you can rewire your brain. You can live more boldly and fearlessly and truly believe in yourself and the value that you keep. I believe that by accepting our fears, taking consistent action, and being gentle with ourselves along the way, we can break free from the chains that hold us back. If I can break free from emotional abuse using these techniques, I think everyone has a chance to be free, and I want you to have your chance. So it only takes a second. Click the link below or go to digdeepreachhigh.com under our challenges section for Brave and Unshakable 7 Days to Beautiful Peace of Mind. Thank you for spending these minutes with me. I truly hope that you leave with a renewed sense of hope, purpose, and really a clear plan of attack against your fears. Don't forget about the challenge. Don't forget that you are valuable. And don't forget that I'm always here to give as much hands-on guidance and quality resources that I can to better your life and to better those that you touch with your heart. Join us next week as we explore the transformative power of truly being heard. In our upcoming episode, we'll dive into how authentic quality communication can actually elevate every connection, whether it's your romantic partner, your colleagues, or just the amazing people in your everyday life. Imagine experiencing that beautiful feeling of joy when being seen, understood, and really cherished simply by sharing your voice. It's not just about talking, it's about creating space where every word builds deeper bonds and sparks lasting change. Come along with me as we explore the art of listening and speaking from the heart. and step into a world where every conversation empowers you to be your best self. Subscribe and don't miss this journey to deeper, more meaningful connections in your relationships. Until next time, be brave, fight to win, dig deep, and reach high. Imagine it's just a beautiful, quiet evening. You're wrapped in a luxurious shawl, snuggled up with your favorite drink in your favorite chair, and just feeling this beautiful sense of hope and a reminder that you are enough. At Dayspring, every item, whether from cozy slippers or beautiful home decor, really creates and speaks life to us with a quality sense of empowerment and value. When you shop using my affiliate link below, you're supporting not only the work that I'm doing, but support yourself, your value, and don't let yourself forget. Click the link below, buy something for yourself to add a little value to your house. Dayspring, inspiring your everyday.